Ew. Ew.
Is that Raising Cane's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joel here, and I'm at Thunder Goose headquarters with
Look, Geraldine.
Geraldine.
Geraldine. I said.
Geraldine. And yeah, we're back with another episode. Thanks for being here. It's such a weird way to start.
What are you doing? Just talking about the shit you want to talk about.
I like it, but I also feel
No, there you go. Joel's got a game he wants to talk about. Now here it is. What's the game, Joel?
so insensitive. Or not insensitive. It's not the right word.
What?
Not insensitive. What do you call it when it's like disingenuous?
No,
That's
dude.
what I was like. Welcome to. Anyway,
Get out of here.
okay. So
what's the game that you're playing, Joel?
thank you. It's Need for Speed Unbound. That's it. No, just kidding. So yeah, I don't know. I randomly saw that you could play this game for 10 hours for free. I also didn't know it was 10 hours. It just said for free, and then I downloaded it.
Keep going.
Played it. I had to make an EA account, so thank you, EA. And then yeah, I mean, like I played like the first 10. I did not know if I was gonna like this game because of the art. I thought it was going to be very cartoony,
yep.
Right? And like there are elements for sure where it has like quote unquote cartoon or 3D or whatever like art in it. All the characters are kind of like these like weird anime almost like 3D kind of thing. It actually like really works for the world. It's kind of crazy. And I genuinely like really enjoy it. The cars look super clean. They look super nice. Because I was like nervous that it was going to be like kind of, which again, it could have looked cool. So I wasn't like, oh, this is going to be total shit. But I'll be real, there really hasn't been a good Need for Speed game since I feel like Unwanted or Most Wanted. Like maybe Carbon was fun. Yeah, but like it was still like the other one was way better. So
Most Wanted is like fantastic.
Most Wanted is so good. I talk about games I want to have like remade. Yeah. I want that one remade.
I liked what was the
remastered or whatever.
Oh no, I was thinking of the Hot Pursuit.
Hot Pursuit's fun. I had that on Switch.
Is that was after Most Wanted, I think, right?
I think that was way before. I played Hot Pursuit when I was like a kid.
Shit,
I thought,
dude.
I think they've remastered it, but
yeah.
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't know. Look it up because I feel like Hot Pursuit for sure was an old game, but yeah, I don't know, man. I've really been enjoying it. Like it hooked me. So like the first like hour and a half, 2 hours is like, you like choose a car and you have all this stuff, and I was getting pissed at the game because I was like, dude, there's no, like, it doesn't matter, like, what I put on my car. I'm not seeing stat increases. Like, that's, like, weird.
Right.
And all this stuff. And I was, like, I was just super frustrated. I was like, I can't, like, purchase another car. Like, what the hell's going on? But there's a story, which I'll be real, the story is probably the weaker part of it.
They're so bad.
I will say it's very, it's very stereotypical. It's kind of like someone betrays someone else, and then and they take everything from you, and then you have to start from the ground up, and blah 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 blah. Right. So it's kind of the same thing that it's everywhere. They're not like breaking boundaries, but I will say that it keeps you motivated, and they're doing a good job of making want to beat like the opponents and stuff. So that's been pretty cool and fun. And then yeah, I mean the music is so goddamn good.
All licensed?
Yeah, it's so good. Like it's just the perfect songs that make me just want to be in the mood. Or when you win, sometimes they'll put on a song that I'm just like makes you want to dance, and I'm like, fuck yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I had no idea this came out. The actual release date was November.
There you go.
The actual release date was November. I had no idea this came out. For information, Hot Pursuit was 2010.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
And then Most Wanted was 2005.
Most Wanted?
And Carbon was 2006.
Whoa.
Yeah. But since 2010, I would say that was the last good.
I think all the way back then. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
There's older. Now here's the deal. There are older Hot Pursuits.
Okay, well that's what I'm thinking of. Then. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
There's the one from 2002.
Yeah, that's the one with that exact cover because I played that on my old computer.
And then there's
it's like one of the only games it could run.
But the first Hot Pursuit I think was, because that's Hot Pursuit 2. It says. So I'm not sure in the first Hot Pursuit, but the Hot Pursuit was rebranded in 2010.
Yeah.
So blah, blah, blah. I'm genuinely surprised. So
yeah,
color me interested.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll spend $70 on it or whatever it is, but
I don't know. Yeah, I hear you, but dude, I will say that I genuinely do believe that some racing games are some of my favorite games. Like Need for Speed Most Wanted was one of my favorite games of all time, and I love driving games. Like They're amazing. And so this game feels very much like Most Wanted. I will say this though. One of they add a. I know we hate this, so I'm gonna say it, but we got to figure out a different way to maybe always say it.
Sure.
It has a little bit of Dark Souls in it.
That's fine.
It has this thing where you are, you're forced to compete in at least one, if not multiple, meets to make more money to buy better gear for your car, right?
Okay.
So it's a morning and night system. Now you get every time you compete in a match, you get a little bit of heat on you every single time, and so you have to kind of like figure out like, oh, this one I get 20 grand, but I'm gonna get like 2 heat. I already have 2 on me now. I'm at 4, and it only goes to 5. And the 5 heat, I've only gotten away from twice. And if you get busted, your money's not in the bank. It's on you.
Oh, you lose it all?
You lose everything.
Can you recover half of it if you drive back to
no.
it? Okay.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, I think so.
Funny. But so you have a sense of where, dude, it's stressful. And the cops are insane aggressive on this one. So once you hit 4 and 5 and they put the choppers, genuinely 5 feels very unfair. I'm only in the middle.
Is it like 5 stars? Is it like 5 stars in GTA 5?
Yeah,
GTA
I mean, well, yeah, because what it is a
tanks
huge
show up?
SWAT. Well, it's not tanks, but it's like huge SWAT like trucks that like just they hit you like 2 or 3 times and you get and
you're busted.
You're busted. Yeah. So there's like that, and then helicopters are everywhere, and like, dude, like it feels for sure unfair. I will be honest. There has been I lost. I want to say over. I think 70 grand.
I think 5 heat though. It's not supposed to be easy, obviously, right?
Right. Well, that's
really
the cool thing about this game is too is their strategy.
Yeah.
You're like trying to figure out how to make the most money and like, is it worth it? If I make this money, can I get away from the cops? Right. It's cool. Like again, totally different than what I expected. You can customize your character a little bit.
That's awesome, dude.
That's
like,
cool.
And I was looking at the Metacritics and the ratings were it's like around 7.5 right now, which is like I think the best I've seen Need for Speed be in a long time.
in a long time.
You know,
dude.
like the run was crap. You know, Rivals was crap. Heat was crap. All these just not good games. But you mentioned Dark Souls. So speaking of Dark Souls, Elden Ring has DLC dropping tomorrow. All the Colosseums are going to be open for PvP.
Wait, that's the only DLC? It's free DLC?
It's free, yeah. It's one-on-ones, free-for-alls, and then there's duels with like 2v2s or 3v3, I think.
Oh my gosh. I suck at PvP, but I gotta try that out.
A shadow drop, right? Like, where did that come from?
Dude, and I think cool.
And to me, it sounds like they might just be getting this part of the DLC out of the way, because I have a strong suspicion they'll be announcing something at the Game Awards.
Oh yeah, like here's our DLC.
I mean,
because we won every single award. They're probably gonna clean house.
I think the only competition for Elden Ring is God of War.
Yeah,
yep, God of War Ragnarok. It's the only competition, and I'm not sure.
It God really is. Did you look up the games today? I looked them all up today for every single category.
Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, the Game Awards?
Yeah, because it's 2. It's 2 days from now, and then they vote.
I didn't know it was that soon.
So yeah, get your vote in, baby. But the games like strays on there a lot. Which doesn't make sense to me because it's. I mean, again, a cool concept. Like I should win maybe some indie stuff, but I feel like it's very weird for it to be on the top. And then the Plagues 2, was that good?
Yeah. I mean, people like that series. I don't like that. I didn't like the first one too much. I thought the first one was a little too bare bones of a game. Yeah. There just wasn't much. It's a really pretty.
Just click on the thing that
nominees. That's something nominees. But it's got a following. So, game of the year. Let's see what they put for a game of the year. They put Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, go away, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
That's what I'm saying. Really? So stupid. Xenoblade Chronicles is in there a lot.
What did you just say?
Xenoblade Chronicles? I'm just shortening it.
It is probably the Switch's like standout game this year. People like that series a lot.
Shrek 3D.
What was best art direction? Elden Ring, God of Scorn. Yeah, Scorn should win that one, dude.
Scorn for sure should win that one out of all those. 1,000,000%.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of
that or Elden Ring, but I would say Scorn for sure more.
Yeah,
but
Elden Ring's got some good art. I think at some point you just kind of get numb to it because you look at it for so long.
I've become so numb.
The music also Xenoblade Chronicles is from. Yeah. Oh, it's Yasunori Mitsuda. I had no idea.
You're an idiot.
You know who that is?
Yeah, he's amazing.
What? Okay, he's literally when we did the best music of the year, he was on it as probably the number 1. I think.
Oh yeah. What does he do? Can you just explain?
Chrono Trigger. He did all of Chrono Trigger.
Oh.
Well, he did most of it. Nobuo Uematsu came and helped him because he overdid himself completely for that game. But
wow,
yeah, Yasunori Mitsuda is a legacy.
So there you go. Now you're gonna buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I already own it. I just fell off it real quick. If Mitsuda, no, I don't want to see Xenoblade. I want to see
Mitsuda,
Chrono Trigger. Yeah, Chrono Trigger, Mario Party. No, not Mario Party. Go away. That's it. Okay, we'll do if we have time next week, we'll try and do a reaction to the winners.
Yeah,
if we have time,
that'd be cool.
Or maybe we'll do it for the intros. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's a conversation to have. Obviously, the industry goes different than usually. I feel like the Game Award winners usually aren't what the industry
what the fans want.
The fans usually agree
with.
It's
like Oscars. I feel like that's kind of the same.
Yeah,
it's like hit or miss.
No one agrees with the Oscars.
Well, there's sometimes movies on there you're like, yeah, that's.
Here's the deal. If anything besides Everything Everywhere All at Once wins Best Picture this year, the Oscars. That's what I'm saying. It's just not going to be like there's nothing else on the list of Best Pictures that deserves to win Best Picture outside of that.
Yeah, I actually don't know what's on there.
No,
we'll find out.
Nope's on there. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever's on there.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes,
it just came out. Why the fuck is it on there?
Because it is Oscar Best Picture nominee or winners. No.
Just these Marvel movies make so much fucking money. It's just crazy.
Oh no, screw off, dude. Oh, it already won?
Coda
dude,
won. They're not out yet, bro. You're looking at 2022. It would be 2023 Oscars.
Oh, it would? Oh, I'm an idiot. You're right. That was
it's also not coming out soon. I'm curious if you have the nominees. I was looking for them. I couldn't find them. I feel like
maybe I was thinking of the IGN shit then. IGN put it up for their Best Picture. That's what I'm thinking of, not for Oscars.
I was gonna say I don't think anything's come out yet.
No.
I was surprised when you said Nope and for Wakanda. I was just those are so new.
Yes, and that's definitely on me. I definitely
I mean, Nope could be on there. I mean, I think it should win something because it was awesome. It should win cinematography, I think, because they
Nope. Huh? Nope should?
Nope, yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
A lot?
I don't think it was my favorite of his. I think Get Out still. I loved Us. I saw Us like 2 or 3 times in theaters. I don't know 100% why, but Get Out. I mean, all of them have been good. They're all like pretty much tied, but I think Get Out was the most crazy original story, and then did horror like really well.
I think Get Out is his best movie.
Yeah,
like I think that's kind of community consensus, and I think Us is kind of like the weird middle child that like you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah,
I'm on the other side of the coin. I didn't like Us at all. But Nope is like Nope is trying to be a horror movie.
Well,
a sci-fi movie that's all horror.
I think what it really I feel like is let's see, this is a huge spoiler if you haven't seen Nope. So I've seen Nope. I know, but
okay, real quick for everyone, this is a weird deviation. Obviously, if you haven't seen Nope, skip forward like a minute. If you have, sorry, go on.
It's supposed to be like a monster movie.
It is
Jaws.
It is right, exactly.
But that's not sci-fi horror as we know it. It's like Jaws, and so I feel like this movie does Jaws really well. It's Jaws, but it's in the sky.
But it uses sci-fi tropes without going into any possible explanations at all. Like there is so much unsaid about what's going on in this movie. Like it's definitely a horror movie, right? But it's masquerading as a sci-fi movie without doing any real sci-fi work.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think
it's cool.
You're a very much
that
like
monster's rad.
2 + 2 is 4 kind of guy, and I think that a lot of movies, especially now, are like, hey, like we don't need to spell everything out for people. Like we'll give them 2 + 2 and they can make the 4.
Sure,
right?
But I think that's the difficulty of using sci-fi as a big influence in genre here.
Only sci-fi is like, it would be a flying saucer, which aren't explained in real life anyway. So why the fuck would this movie have to explain anything? We have sci-fi like sightings all the time. People talk about it, but it's not fully explained.
It's not even a saucer. At least we know what a saucer is. It's a spaceship that flies somehow with future tech. This is not a spaceship.
But it's not a spaceship.
This is something that we never get any kind of explanation for.
But that's what it is. It's like. So I feel like the whole, I don't know what he's necessarily trying to say. I haven't looked up any videos about it, but like, I feel like it's kind of that whole thing where, especially with the chimpanzee, they always talk about like,
right.
It's like the whole thing of like taming monsters is like, it's a bad thing. And this magical beast or alien or whatever, it's like just this unknown beast. Like is like this dude was trying to like tame it, yada yada yada. Right. So there's just all that kind of stuff where you're like, okay, like that's kind of what it's about. Is it's kind of like nature being nature, and like we don't really know what's out there. Like we don't know what's out there. We don't know what's underneath us in the ocean. So there's still like a lot of like mystery. So that's what I think. I think the ambiguity was kind of on purpose, not like being like, fuck you, you need to know exactly that this is Orntheon from Glakgar system on the fucking moon of bitch.
Orntheon. I see what you're saying. I do also think that this movie is not scary.
No.
It's not scary at all.
It's suspenseful, though. So I don't think it's supposed to be a horror movie.
I think it's suspenseful only in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, but Jaws. Think about Jaws, bro. Jaws, you have 4 moments that are quote unquote scary. It's like the first one was like dun 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 dun, right? And then you have like maybe 1 or 2 more instances of that, and then you have the head on the boat. I just think Jaws. That's it.
Jaws is a little more terrifying, but maybe it's because it's a little more
real.
Right?
We know that there's sharks. We don't believe that that's a thing. You know.
I don't know. I maybe need to watch it again then, because I just walked away from the movie like that was.
Yeah. I think. Well,
I was surprised it was over, because I was like, wait, it's already over. Like, do I get any kind of like explanation of anything's going on? Or is like what's going on? Because well, Get Out is at least like really good at expositing like the stuff it needs to tell you.
Yeah.
And Us kind of did that in an okay way, but didn't also like work on that well. And that's, I don't know. You loved Us. I didn't like Us a lot at all. But I don't know. Like at no point the full on like, hey, we're gonna like screw the explanation, screw the discussion. I'm just gonna show you what's happening. Nothing else for you. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I don't like when movies do that ever. Like I've never liked movies that do that. Especially when it's more sci-fi.
How do you like Memento then, bro?
I don't like Memento.
Okay.
Ryan likes Memento.
Okay.
I think Memento's fine. I don't think it's Nolan's best work or even like his second best work or third best work. I think it's probably in the middle of his stuff.
Yeah.
Memento
makes sense.
Memento's not a horror movie. It's not a sci-fi movie, so it can do whatever the hell it wants. But
why are those like I feel like horror. So this is kind of crazy to me. So you're saying
I'm saying
to me, sci-fi and horror are the main group where things don't need to be explained because it's so mysterious.
To me, sci-fi typically has a lot of visual exposition in its world building. And when you take something that, because sci-fi inherently is stuff that we don't understand, right?
Right.
Because it's supposed to be an interpretation of the future. Now, to understand that interpretation, you kind of need some good exposition.
Sci-fi. I mean, so this movie is literally not sci-fi, and it's literally not horror either.
That's the problem. I don't know what it's trying to be. It's like an identity crisis, and it doesn't do anything to explain it.
It's a monster movie. It's literally Jaws. Like he said that. He said that. He's like, it's like a Jaws-like monster movie. It's like if someone made a Godzilla movie, but it was insanely different. They're like, well, I'm making kind of an homage to Godzilla.
Well, at least we know where Godzilla came from.
We know where Jaws came from, bitch. What are we talking about?
So there we go. We don't know where this came from.
Well, actually, we don't know where
There's
Jaws came
no
from.
exposition.
Shark.
Like, at least in Jaws, you know what. Like, well, Jaws is just a normally big, an abnormally big great white. It's not like Sharknado, like that thing. It's just a big.
Sharknado.
It's just a great white shark that's bigger than normal. It's not even like created like that way. It was just a bigger shark. That's all it was, and it's more vicious than other shit too. But speaking of which, have you read the Jaws book?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's racist as hell.
Well, yeah.
Written in a different time for sure.
But
also, it's like way more brutal than I think.
Oh yeah,
it's like Jurassic Park's book.
Dude,
you're like, what the fuck?
I want to watch. My son's getting into dinosaurs now, and like we're watching we're actually watching Jurassic Park Evolutions 2 gameplay footage a lot of times because they have the dinosaurs coming to the field, and some people have just.
Did you play the first one?
No, I want it now. I've watched it. I'm like, I kind of want to play this.
Build your own park. It's really fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've been watching that. I'm like, man, I want to watch that movie, like the first Jurassic Park. But then in my head, I'm like, yeah, but I just know that it's nowhere near as good as the book now.
It's not.
In like some really bad ways. Like the book was like so damn good.
Oh my gosh, it's suspenseful, it's terrifying, it's beautiful. Like there's a lot of like, everything is kind of closed off pretty well in it too, and it's so brutal. Chainsaw Man from Kyoto. Here we go. A fierce battle unfolds between Denji and the menacing samurai sword. But even after Denji takes one of the samurai sword's companions hostage, the samurai sword slashes through both of them until Denji is captured. Meanwhile, after seemingly being killed, Makima turns out to be alive. Big shocker there. She sets out to rescue Denji with the help of public safety devil hunters from Kyoto, Kurosei, and Tendo. And guess what? She does save them.
Yeah, yes, she does.
Dude, this is where Chainsaw. This is why you guys are always like, what the frick, you know? Because Makima just straight up murders like 10 criminals or whatever, and then 10 other dudes, and these other dudes just blow up like onto innocent civilians.
Yeah, dude,
it's freaking nuts.
I was thinking about the woman who got taken hostage.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, that would be insane.
No, she's never come back from that.
Yeah,
no, she's never come back from that. So,
no.
Okay, so. Thoughts?
Oh, dude, I was waiting for this.
Yeah.
So, Makima's not dead. And I'm not going to talk a lot about that kind of stuff. I'm just talking about literally this episode, right? So, like, if you have questions or anything, you get to phrase them now, but I'm not, I'm not going to be like, oh, I think this is what's going to happen. Okay?
Yeah, sure. I'll do it because I haven't actually read it. So.
And honestly, I kind of forget. Like today, like there was something that happened and I paused it and I went and grabbed because I'm almost done. I have 3 more books left to finish this set. And I grabbed it and I was like looking through it. And I was like, oh yeah, fuck, this is this part. This is crazy.
Kabani.
And so then I just put it down because I was like, I don't want to read this anymore. I want to watch how they do this. And it was so sick.
I am thoroughly surprised by Kabani.
Dude, yes.
Like,
well, that's when everyone was like, "She's a bitch." Blah, blah, blah. And
she's so terrible in that first.
I was like, just wait.
She's so terrible in the hotel scene. And now she's like come around as like, I guess, best woman by default since she's the last one left. Technically, no, because Makima's still alive, I guess. But
yeah, and Power ran off somewhere.
Yeah, well, whatever. You love Power, I get it, and it's probably because she has a lot cooler stuff later in this show. Right now, Power is just no one. Like she's just kind of mean.
Yeah. Well, she's a fiend.
Yeah, like she
doesn't like humans. She doesn't care if they live or die.
So I think Power needs to go get stronger somehow. But
stronger.
This episode blew me away, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I knew that samurai devil, whatever samurai sword, whatever his name is, I don't know. I knew he wasn't gonna die. Obviously, like he was kind of introduced in too much of a there's more to this guy kind of way. Yeah,
right. It's the first guy that kind of looks like Denji.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna get beat, but only because of like how exhausted he was. Like that was kind of an obvious thing, I think. Unless he was gonna die, like Chainsaw Man would do that, I think. But
sometimes you don't know.
Like the way that he just like basically teleports, or I don't know teleports, but like he does his Shinso step from Bleach, where he does that teleport step or flash step.
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
Flash step. Yeah,
yeah. It does. He flash steps right through that hostage or quote unquote hostage and Denji. First of all, Denji, terrible idea. These are villains. You even called them bad guys. What makes you think you're gonna respect that dude?
Yeah.
And this guy very clearly looks like an NPC, so of course he's gonna die.
Right.
I really, really, really like that part though, because you got to see that like okay, like there's points where you think, and this is how shonens go, and like you're kind of waiting for these points where the good guys are going to be shown as nowhere near powerful enough to deal with the oncoming threat. Mm-hmm. Like that moment has to happen in almost every shonen,
right?
For you to establish some kind of progression. Like Kibetsuji what's the bad guy's name in Demon Slayer?
Mugen Train.
No, we did this last time too. Muzan. Sorry, Muzan. Like Muzan's very, very clearly shown his power in Demon Slayer. And beyond that, the upper moons have shown their power. And so like there's a clear like they need to get more powerful. Right. And now we've just seen that in Chainsaw Man for this time.
Yes.
Because that girl with the snake, for some reason she did not go balls to the wall and try to kill Kobani. She just said, let's get out of here. Probably because it was probably a lost cause at some point. But I want to know why Makima didn't kill Samurai Devil Dude or this girl with the snake contract. Because it seems to me that would have been the thing to do, is take them out. But her not doing it means there's a reason why they couldn't be. And I'm pretty sure, I figured this out, is that you have to kill someone of equal power or strength to be able to kill them. Yeah. So that's my current theory. I'm like 99% sure I'm right. That she'd have to be able to take out someone who has like power comparable to them. That's why they didn't all die. She just killed the lackeys, basically, like all the support they had. So but I still think like maybe they don't need to explain that. But
I think a lot of stuff gets explained.
Yeah, next episode.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Oh yeah, no. This show is fantastic exposition. There's no critique with that.
There's some things where you're kind of like, what the fuck is happening right now? But for the most part, there's some things that
everything right now is happening in this exact moment. Yes, there's stuff that's going to be explained. I trust this show will explain it.
Yeah.
Because the show's not bad at that. Right. But it's all happening in this exact moment. Like this episode was back to back, just going until like the last conversations with that guy resigning and all that stuff.
Yeah. Which, dude, I don't know. Like, to me, in this episode, like, Makima, again, she's not dead.
No,
so
she's definitely a bad guy.
That means, well, I'm not saying that.
That's where I'm going. I
think she's a bad guy?
Well, there's just the only thing that really kind of like leans towards that is the obvious like implication of when the guy resigns, he says, "How much of this did you foresee?"
Oh,
and she becomes the leader of all the special divisions.
Right.
Like there's that kind of, that's like Beatty in some way.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, she's rising to power, and then like she also probably knew that this was gonna happen.
Yeah,
and,
but she is certainly not. Doesn't feel like a good guy, at least. Like maybe more neutral, I guess.
She's never felt like a good guy. It's like that whole like chaotic neutral kind of thing. Yeah.
So I'm like, I have internal theories where it's like, well, she's not going to be the main bad, but she could be like a bad guy, you know? So I don't know where to go with that beyond that, but there are parts of this episode where like, dude, she's badass. She just slaughtered all those bad guys. I know. But then she did take
her power is sick.
10 other criminals and murdered all them. But that's like just a cool like.
Well, she also said say death row inmates.
Yeah,
so
like,
they were gonna die anyway.
And she asked for 30 and got like 10.
So I think it was 20.
Or
it was like 10 on each side, right? Or maybe not.
It might have been, but I thought she asked for like 30. Maybe she asked for 20. I watched this. I mean, we watched it today.
Yeah.
So
I can't remember. But I think it was 30. It was like 20 or 30.
I feel like she didn't get enough people to murder. I also wanted to say that all that the snake contract girl had to do to give up to summon this snake was fingernails.
A fingernail, yeah.
Are you joking my ass?
And that, I don't know.
That's nuts, dude.
I can't remember. Honestly, I'll be super honest. I don't remember who she is.
Okay, Aki.
She was like, I was like, I knew the samurai sword guy was gonna be there, or like the sword, whatever his official name is. But like, I didn't know she was there, and I was like, wait, who is this person?
Yeah, she's very clearly more powerful than the samurai sword guy, in my opinion. But we will see,
maybe,
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
It's been a long time.
You're trying to feign ignorance here, and it's working, and it's pissing me off because I want to know, but I can't know because it would spoil it. No, I wouldn't do that. No, at this point, since I've started it in anime and we're reviewing it,
might as well.
I don't want to. I'm not going to read it and do that to myself. I don't want to all of a sudden shift the consistency of my perspective of the show mid-season.
Hell yeah,
if that makes sense. But I will say that this episode is a friggin' banger and a half.
So
dude.
good.
It's untouchable.
Just nonstop.
I don't know if it's untouchable, but it was
untouchable.
Very, very good. Animation was stellar. For the fights that were. Oh, Aki is still a wild card here. Like I don't know what Aki's situation is. Like I know he lives, but
is he alive? Is he dead?
He's
alive.
Is
he cool now, or is he still sack of shit?
Dude, we got our team 7 here, dude.
Yeah, no, it is. I'll be real. I totally forgot that I can't remember his name, but he sacrificed himself for her. I remembered.
Oh, the dude in the hotel. That was brutal,
dude. I mean, this show does a very good job of like.
So was how Kabani executed that grandma, but
yeah.
Like holy shit,
that's a grandma. I don't know. It's an old.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what was open. I wonder if that person had some of the bullet inside them. If that's what was going on, but because like there's no other way like humans would just line up with the gun devil like this, especially if it's a grandma. Unless you're telling me that this gun devil has somehow assimilated like senior citizens into its cult, then what the hell?
I don't think it was a senior citizen. I think it was just animated bad. I thought it was like an old, not like an old
lady. It was like a grandma. It was like an old lady.
I thought it was just like a kind of a larger fat guy. That's what I like kind of scruffy, like 45-year-old, like down on his luck.
No, because like here's the deal. I'll pull it up real quick so you can see it. But like it's for sure like an older person. Like it's well, at least in my opinion, it's a grandma. Like, look at that, dude. That's a grandma. You can see the wrinkles in the face, gray hair. No, you don't see that at all.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like even especially as you get closer to it, it looks like a senior citizen. But if you're arguing against that, like, look, see. I mean, it's a grandpa. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I hear you.
Whatever. I assume there's probably some little bits of like the slivers,
Yeah.
like that's in those guys. But I don't. Again, these are all guess and theories that I'm just throwing out there and trying to make sure that if I am right ever, that I get the credit for being right. She's also Kobani just became like a much more interesting character.
Yes, hands down.
Go on.
Hands down. Do you ever miss Biscuit Hammer? I just thought of that for some reason. I just thought of the anime. I don't know why.
I do the animation I miss.
Yeah, it's top notch. It doesn't even compare. These shows don't even compare to that.
Oh man, that show looked like that.
Did anyone take things and like spin it around?
We have to have a decision of like worst. I don't know if worst animation of the year is like a category we'll have for game of the year and anime of the year, but maybe we should have it just to give Biscuit Hammer some win.
Dude, yeah, I'll put Pokemon as worst animation. Fucking stupid game.
Oh, no, animations are fine in Pokemon. It's the frame rate that sucks.
Nah.
Okay. Well, okay. I mean, I guess we'd like to see the Pokemon more animated, but there's 400 of them. And
I want to see more trees. I want it to be not.
That's not animation.
Crap.
That's just world design and like.
All right, then that one.
Like the fidelity is crap in it for sure, though.
I will say the Pokemon look good, and everything else about it looks.
Oh
bad.
yeah, it looks a little rough everywhere else. I think it's still got way too much. It's still got a boatload of charm, but yeah, I'm with you. But that's not what we're talking about. So
we're talking about anime.
Chainsaw Man. Should I do the comments?
Yeah, you read it. That's how we're doing it this time.
That's right, dog. That's right.
Just because you're just ready.
I read through a bunch of these already to make sure I knew what was up.
Oh, cool.
So Septa Coop 8, Kobani Best Girl by process of elimination.
Yeah, seriously. Like everyone, it's crazy that everyone like they killed so many people.
Exactly. I'll just throw something else in there for Benji Nom. Kobeni goes sicko mode.
Shouldn't have put that in there.
It should have been psycho mode, but sicko mode.
It should have been
She does slice off the katana or the sword devil's arm, which is pretty impressive. But then again, he's like super weak and a human at that point.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah.
Trubeau 17. Makima is absolutely terrifying. Yeah. Mima Jaquan. Mima Jaquan. I'm starting to like some of these characters. Hopefully, nothing bad happens to any of them.
Yeah. This ain't the anime for you, bud.
Yeah. And Master Lone Alligator, welcome back. Still can't get over Himeno's death. Really good start. Again, like this show is so much more serious than I ever thought it would be. And I think a lot of that's reinforced by the musical, like syncopation. Is that the right word for that?
Yeah, dude.
This is like giving me flashbacks to when I was watching My Hero's first season.
Yeah.
When they somehow timed every scene perfectly with like the right song.
Mm-hmm.
That's like how My Hero felt like in its best moments.
Totally. Yeah.
And somehow, I shouldn't say somehow. I think the composer for this show is just nailing the tone that I think that this anime needs to have to be interesting. So
100%.
That's a weird way to say that, but
yeah, it is.
But musically, it's just so impressive. Musically, I know I talk about it every week, but like this is a contender for me for best music of the year.
Oh, dude, for sure, it's phenomenal. Like it fits the vibe so well. Like again, like it really amplifies the story.
Yeah,
like big time. So like because you don't get that in the manga, and like it really adds itself.
Yeah,
so.
I one of my favorite scenes in this episode. Then we can go to the reviews, the R rating. I mean, was when Makima's standing up in the train car, and all the guys are like, "Huh?" And one guy raises a gun, and it flashes black.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was one of the most well done scenes all week.
Nice.
Out of everything we watched, that was one of those like it wasn't a chills moment, wasn't anything like that. It was just a moment that was like, that's very well edited.
Yeah.
Makima smile and focusing in on her like covered in blood, like looks great. And then you definitely know how this is going to end.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Like you know that these guys are all dead. Yeah. Now, to what degree of dead we see later on? They all have a hole through them.
Yeah, pretty big hole.
Pretty big hole. So very cool. 10 out of 10 for me.
10 out of 10, easy.
Yeah, it's hard to not give it a 10 out of 10 because this episode really just was.
It's literally phenomenal.
It was phenomenal.
So good.
It was just absolutely impressive, and I'm very excited to see where next week ends or goes, because I need to know what happened to Aki really bad. I don't need to, because I know he's alive. I just need to know how he is coping with Himeno, because that was his sensei, and for once she finally kicked the bucket after all of her previous partners had died. So I need to know
You know, man.
I need to know how this goes. Next anime. Oh, wait. You want to do this one?
Oh, yeah.
Spy Family?
No, I am ready.
Oh, you ready?
Spy Family. Everyone, come gather around. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, Spy Family, Season 1, Episode 22, The Underground Tennis Tournament, the Campbellton, yeah.
Campbellton,
I don't know.
Well, it's supposed to be a ripoff Wimbledon.
Oh, fuck. So, sick.
I just put that together myself.
That was good.
Go on.
The secret files called the Zacharias Dossier. I'm an idiot. I'm so fucking stupid. Dozer. I was thinking it was German.
It's that Pokemon, yeah.
Okay, may cause a war between the East and the West in order to obtain a painting that is supposed to be the hiding spot for these files.
Yeah.
Lloyd and Fiona enter an underground tennis tournament run by the owner of the painting, Campbell. If they win, the art piece thereafter will be presented. Lloyd and Fiona enter as a married couple and play various skilled players, including pro players. Okay, so real quick, before you even dive in, you said last week that you loved this episode or liked this episode and were like, it was interested. And I literally thought you were going to hate this episode.
I didn't say anything last week about this episode. Well, you mean like earlier today?
Yeah, motherfucker.
You said last week you hated this episode.
They listened to this episode last week, you dumb piece of shit.
Oh, well, I guess that's fair. So, let's just restart this little part.
No, this episode is good.
This episode is a step up from previous Spy Family stuff.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Oh.
Before we get to the review time. 10 out of 10. Just kidding. So, first things first, Fiona's not a villain, obviously. She's just a lovesick teenager-looking piece of shit.
But that's still... In this right now, that's a villain.
No, in this right now, she is like Twilight's teammate.
No. You see a little bit of Yor going... He's at this thing. Is she going to be there?
Yeah, well, Yor's jealousy does not make Fiona a villain.
But Fiona's actively trying to break them up.
Not really.
She is the villain. Yes, she is actively.
She is trying to have Twilight and her win this piece of art for the mission.
No.
That's the goal right now.
She also says other goals.
She definitely does not. She wants Twilight to be with her and not Yor, but it doesn't make her a villain because she wants that.
I'm not saying she's the villain. She is a kink. She is a problem to the plan because, again, even as the director said, if she goes through with this and made Yor go away, then she would jump in and it would be really weird. People would be like, "Oh, that's weird. Where they did that?"
I don't believe the show has the balls to even approach that realistically.
Well, no, they're not. Well, I
think the reason I can't see her as a kink is because that won't happen. I don't think that will ever happen.
Well,
I think
that's the kink, bro.
I think what happens into this is that Yor starts to get a little insecure, and then Lloyd somehow comes and reaffirms her, and it's all good.
Dude, do you think they kiss for the first time?
Maybe.
Maybe they just sex it?
Maybe they sex it. Is that what you said?
Sex it.
It's a sex. Regardless, this is some of the cleanest animation I've ever seen in this show for this tennis match, and I was kind of Lloyd's first serve. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
What is this? These are retired pros.
Yeah.
They're old dudes, obviously. That and also
have scars. I was where did those come from?
They're caveman looking that's interesting.
They said they train in the mountains for this, and I'm like, why?
Why? Yeah, for losing.
No.
This tournament's weird, dude, but I kind of dug it.
Who are you?
I'm enjoying an arc. That's who I am.
Why?
I also don't think that if they win this tournament, they're going to get the painting. So,
no, they for sure are spies or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they're going to have to steal it. This is the worst plan ever devised.
So, this episode made me laugh audibly out loud because I literally could just hear you in my head go, "What the fuck is going on?" Where like when he turned on the racket and it's like a machine.
That was awesome, dude.
Again,
that was awesome.
Okay, that's crazy. So that's mind blowing. You hear to hear, folks. Luke, 10 out of 10. Spy Family for Luke.
Not a 10 out of 10.
He loves it.
It's not a 10 out of 10.
He loves it.
But it isn't a 5 or a 4.
They used a chainsaw.
No.
What was it?
It's a jet boosted. It's like a rocket propulsion rack and then a whip rack. Now these are things like in this rule set they established that you can cheat, you can play dirty, you can do whatever you want to win. Which is interesting that the first match was just mano a mano, two people versus two people, like clean. The second match was two dudes like hard roided up, like super roided up, right?
Yeah.
Should we wait for the airplane to pass?
Yeah, you should wait for a sec because it's just so fucking loud. Still going.
It's still going.
It's like right here. I feel like it's been here for fucking 5 minutes.
Osprey or something.
Are we getting swatted right now?
No, they're leaving. So the two roided dudes, whatever that they are, like they're
I thought you were gonna be like, what the fuck is this anybody doing? I keep saying fuck. I usually say fuck. I mean, but just just like what this isn't. It's not real. Like they just went full anime on it. They were like normal. Then they're like, what if we did an anime episode?
That's a discussion because this is certainly a zanier episode than Spy Family's ever been. I feel like.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah.
Except for the time when your pressure pointed a cow into submission. That was interesting.
Okay, that was pretty fun.
But when that guy survived after she ping-ponged him against a stone wall, that was pretty good too. But this is definitely zanier with that guy just ripping the fence apart with his bare hands.
Yeah, dude. What is the way that they look too? Like no one looks like that. Yeah. So you're just like
it's accentuated.
It's like kill. It's like okay.
Yeah, overly accentuated. Yeah, but I thought it was entertaining. It felt like there was an actual point to this, and it feels a little more like there's tension.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Now there's still the issue of is this going anywhere? Because that's still the thought I have with this storyline.
I'll tell you what. Nope.
Like I don't. That's
no, I'm just kidding.
And that's the fear that I think you're probably right on. Is that this is not going to end up in too much of a thing beyond Fiona just being okay that Yora's married to Lloyd.
Fiona.
But if she's not,
I can't stop eating.
Is that a Shrek reference? Stupid.
Shrek.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, continue.
But I didn't hate this one nearly as much as the last few. It felt a little more interesting. Maybe that's what it is. It just feels more interesting.
Yes, I agree.
So
I agree with that.
That's where I'll leave that. Your thoughts?
Again, I thought this episode was really fun and funny. I mainly thought it was funny because I thought you were gonna hate it so much. Like that added a lot to my humor.
Really?
Like, because
So is it much worse now that I liked it?
Well, no, yeah, a little bit. No,
stupid. I love it.
But I don't know.
Biscuit Hammer was a 10 out of 10. Amazing.
Biscuit Hammer 10 out of 10. No, I liked the episode. I thought it was fun. I thought it was just goofy. Again, I don't really fully know where it's gonna go and what they're gonna have to do. I also thought it was really weird that they didn't just end it right now. They're like, we're gonna have a whole episode about how they come back, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like why do we like pulling it out so long? But it is what it is, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fun episode. Fun. And that's like anime's allowed to be fun. So that's like why,
It was fun. It was fun with some badassery and some tension, which you can say a lot less about the last few episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the last few episodes
I loved
didn't have
the kids saying that was badass.
Yeah. I bet this was actually in the manga. The other ones I'm still not sure if they were in the manga, so
yeah. I don't know. They probably are.
They probably are. I just am surprised they are. So should we do comments?
Let's do the comments.
Unless you're not ready for them.
No, I got them, doggy. Okay.
Unless you have more you want to say.
Fuck. No.
Listen here, bitch.
Master Lone Alligator says, I feel bad for Fiona, but she is still absolutely no match for Yor.
She's not, dude. Yor even thinks about killing her in this.
I know.
And Yor could, dude. Straight up, Yor could murder Fiona.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see like they're like, hey, like we found a spy and it's gonna be this and it's gonna be Fiona and then Yor has to go kill her.
I just feel
and
like
then Lloyd has to save her. There's your tension, bro.
Yor had that'd be amazing. That's not gonna happen. Yor had Lloyd at the ropes when she was drunk.
Yeah.
There was no way Yor can't ace Fiona.
Dude, for sure.
Like just murder the F out of her.
Yeah. Sarcastic Destroyer says, welcome back to the podcast. I honestly love how obsessed Fiona is with Twilight. Her imagination is absolutely hilarious. Although you're
hilarious.
Although you're briefly contemplating murdering Fiona to maintain her cover relationship was also pretty funny. Yours the one girl Fiona shouldn't mess with. Oh, I guess it's kind of
no, straight up.
Oh
wow, I didn't realize that.
A lot of people like Yor, so I guess I don't know. I don't need to read another comment about Yor, but yeah.
Yeah, I do Strife streams.
Okay, Strife stream fans, can you describe Fiona this episode? Hard on the outside, all mushy on the inside. Well, the way I said that made it worse.
That might be all of them. I think that's
it. Yeah. Like if Anya is adorable, fuck you. She is, though.
I want to say I stand against this comment, which is Sensei Kush, who says this is one of the few animes I wouldn't mind watching a ton of fillers for. I would.
Waku Waku Borf Time is Aku Master.
Waku Waku Borf Time. It's so good. There's no Borf in this episode,
Get that tattooed on you.
There wasn't a Borf, though, right?
There wasn't. All right, what'd you rate this?
8. Yeah.
8.
8.
I gave this a 7.
Yeah. Wow, that's weird. I rated it higher than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it. I'll stick with it.
It was going to be an 8, but then you liked it, so.
Yeah. I think Alex got through to me a little bit, and this is like when Spy Family's doing
Alex,
stop it. Stop it, Alex. Stop it.
That's kidding. Keep going.
No, that's it. That's our ratings. Let's move on to the last episode.
I'm telling Alex to.
Oh, yeah, keep listening to us. Yep. Okay. Don't stop. Last episode is My Hero Academia. The Ones Within Us.
Spy Family. No.
Midoriya and Shigaraki enter the world of One for All as Gigantomachia continues north and Toga makes a detour. That's the summary for that one.
Wow.
That covers everything, really. So there is an angry outburst from Deku in the beginning, which just needed to be animated a little better. It needed it. But
it's so bummer.
He does bite through.
It's so bummer.
It's so bummer.
It is so bummer.
He does bite through those
It was cool.
Those stabby things, whatever.
The stabby
he's shooting out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he gets touched in the face by Shigaraki, or I guess it's all for one.
All for one.
I know. And no matter, this show is just like endlessly swapping them back and forth. Like, damn it, I was wrong. Yeah. All for One does get a hold of Deku for a second.
He's like, "Come on in here, bitch. It's warm."
What'd you think about that conversation that happened in that in between world?
I was like this. The fuck? No. Okay. I thought it was cool. I mean, again, I'm kind of confused on like who his dad is. I guess I thought
who dad is
Shimigami Tensei Force
Shigaraki Tomura.
Yeah.
We don't. His dad's dead. His dad.
Well, I know, but he calls her grandma. So like, who's his mom?
He kills them. He killed his entire family.
So he killed her daughter.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's what happened in the season 5. Like it shows the flashback of him.
Right.
His powers awakening.
Yeah.
He kills his dog. Mm-hmm. He kills his sister. I think it's his sister. Mm-hmm. He kills his entire family just by touching them. And then that's when One for All, and then he wanders the streets because he killed them all, and so he walks around looking for her.
That's right.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
Okay.
So, Nanami, what's her name? Tomura something.
Nominee.
I can't remember her name, but the user before Toshinori.
What?
All Might. Sorry, Toshinori is his name. Yagi Toshinori.
No, it's All Might, dog.
All Might, dog.
All Might.
Yeah. So that whole family's dead. It's just Tomura left. So, why are you confused about that?
Why are we talking about right now?
Okay. Well, okay. Well, what do you think about that? Beyond that,
I remember why we were talking about it because I asked about it.
Yeah. Okay.
We just went down a rabbit hole. I was like, where the fuck are we going?
Well, where are you going? Come on.
No, I enjoy it. It was, I don't know. I was like still kind of confused on, like his whole, like he can like interact with like within the cork, and that's kind of what he's doing to like take it away, or to like be inside of this realm. I don't really understand.
I do want to say I think this is something uniquely between All for One and One for All, between those two quirks.
Okay.
Because I don't think other quirks like related would do this. Got it. Because these are both stockpile quirks that are multi-quirk basically, and that they include the consciousness of like previous quirk holders. Yeah. Like I think that is a unique thing that only these two quirks would ever like deal with. And so this is like the intersection of them two, where you see All for One, who is like the originator of All for One, right? Right. Versus One for All, which you even see his brother in there. So you see the two originators of the quirks.
Totally. That was cool. I like seeing his brother. He's like, it's like adding more to the story. There's gonna be more, So So there's progression. I like the progression of the story. And I loved when Deku stood up and just charged him. And I was like, oh yeah, bro.
I love that All for One goes, "You're so angry you made that mistake," and then the grandma, I still can't remember her name. Jeez, Shimura, I think, I can't remember, but she says you're mistaken his anger for his overwhelming sense of justice to save, and then Deku like stands up in the realm, like which apparently is just really hard for him to do, and gets up and then like flies forward, and then they bounce off each other. I think you need to remember also that One for All has to be willingly given. And so I think Shigaraki needs to totally dominate Deku somehow to get it, and this was that failing. Right. And that was probably because he's not fully in his powers yet. Yeah. So there's definitely there's definitely something there.
There's definitely something there.
That's my theory, because it was not really explained in the manga either in that scene why it doesn't work per se, but that's my guess is that that's why.
Just wasn't like fully formed.
Well, Deku's will was strong. And was able, and Shigaraki being only partially able, like not fully, didn't have his full time to gestate in that tube.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah.
Those are my thoughts. But I loved that bit, like seeing like the main villains interact with the main heroes. Super cool.
Super sick.
What was after that?
With Chogo.
Oh, Himiko, Togo. Yeah. So that's interesting. I'm happy that like the League of Villains is actually characters in this anime.
Oh, totally.
Like they're
it's kind of rad how like, because it's like you're almost genuinely invested now, especially after Twice being killed. Yeah, like you're like invested. I mean, I am invested in her story. I want to know the answer for the other even heroes are gonna say. Where it's like, are you gonna kill me? Like, what do you Yeah, I don't know. It's like again, you almost like want justice for her too, because it's like you see like both sides of different things, and you're like, oh man, like yeah. And, so it's crazy.
And Twice and Toga are like best friends, or not? Maybe Twice had a crush on her the whole time, right? But like they're like best friends at that point, or like really close friends, and so it's like this is interesting to see like she actually has a reaction to Twice's death that's got her seriously contemplating, which I like a lot, because
I feel like a lot of villains, they don't do that, right? They're always just like cold to their counter.
Right. Well, that's villainy, right? That's what it means to be evil, is that you don't have to have those connections.
Exactly. Well, they're showing the amount of evil, so it is interesting.
But Twice had those connections, and so is Toga. It seems like so. I like it a lot. Dobby doesn't seem to care as much.
Yeah,
but that's
Dobby is he's the quote unquote true villain in my mind. Now.
He's to me, he's like definitely the second most dangerous in that group. Especially with like what we've been told so far in this show. It's like, Shigaraki is by far like, well, I don't know, maybe Gigantomachia is the second most dangerous.
Yeah, that's true. He is a beast.
Yeah, so
literally right now,
like he's just nuts. But Dobby is like,
my friend Dobby.
So we have 3 episodes left of this arc. I'm guessing it's gonna be so that's my theory for most of this stuff. My hero has commonly hung on to the every 12-13 episodes as an arc. We have 2 arcs a season. Yeah. So do we have 3 episodes left in this arc? What are your theories? What do you think's going down? I won't respond to anything. I'll just say yes. Okay.
I mean, I don't want this to be true at all, but Bakugo might die.
Starts out with a banger. I guess he did get stabbed.
He got super fucked up. That's the whole thing.
Who grabbed him? Who grabbed him and saved him?
Ice Fire.
Oh, was it Shoto?
Shoto. That's
right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I was just, I was like pretty shocked when he got in the way, and then because I mean they were doing the whole like this character might die with the way that they were setting it up, because they're like showing the history and showing like, like his connection, and he's finally getting it with Deku, and like, of course, like something like this is going to happen. I don't know if he's going to die or not, but I'm curious because I was telling Stephanie, I was like, some of the kids like have to die in order for us to genuinely get like insanely invested.
Some shit's got to happen.
Yeah, right. Like it just has to. So
there needs to be consequence for us to like really.
And they've done that. They've been killing civilians a decent amount in this part, which they haven't done really before. They've been very good about like protecting civilians, and this is like the first time where it's like a catastrophic like event.
Yes.
So I like that. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's a part of me that feels like, I'm not even gonna look at you. There's a part of me that feels like Shigaraki is dead and like will die, and he's absolutely not even a huge pawn in this. But then there's a part of me that's like, well,
I find that interesting.
I don't know. There's just a piece of me that feels like it could be. I don't know. Like, I don't know that they're just doing so much to push him as the guy. I just feel like someone stepping in would be such more of a crazy like reveal, and people are like, oh, because like he's super powerful, but maybe he's just not like he was maybe Plan A, that they were like, Plan A is the most risky. It has like a 70% chance of fail rate, but then Plan B is like this is the 90% chance.
Sure.
And so like that's like it's like if Shigaraki fails,
right, and
then the next person steps up and is like, hey, like they're the real villain because. Blank.
It's actually Ripper.
Yes, dude. Yeah, I don't know. So that's kind of what I think, and I'm excited to see. Okay. I won't be mad if Shigaraki is genuinely the main bad guy. They've done a good job of making him a good villain. I just in my head, I'm like, it would. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, this is maybe how I would write it, and so that's how it kind of in my head. I'm like, how I would do it.
A surprise villain.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. There's 3 episodes. I'm gonna guess 3 episodes left for this arc. I'm not sure, but that would make sense in the way that the manga's oriented or whatever. 3 episodes I think is like a generous amount of time for it, which makes you really happy because it felt rushed in the manga a little bit, and so this probably needs more air to breathe. And 60 minutes sounds about right.
Air to breathe.
So I'm.
We're gonna get a massive time skip.
I don't think so.
I was curious if they do that in the manga, like if they do it, they're like, the ship it in thing, like they're all in like high school now, or they're all in college in like the future or something.
Yeah, I'll tell you something off air. So
okay,
we're good. But
oh no,
well, you want to do some comments?
Yeah, let's do comments.
All right. Oh, and my comments?
Yeah, you read it.
Yeah, this is this is kind of how I felt too, because this goes back to my very first point in this episode review. Spider King 666, all that hype for Rage Deku, and it lasted for 5 seconds. Yep. Pathetic. Yep. That's why I think the animation should have been a little better.
Yep.
Yeah,
dude.
Anime only is having to wait a week for the next episode. Blink. That's a spoiler. While manga readers have waited 2 years, it's jealousy. I wish I didn't have. That's terribly written too.
Sit
that was Kira 54. Oh, it said spoiler. My bad. Digimon 33880. Welcome back. Gigantamakia is moving at 100 kilometers per hour. That's about 62 miles per hour. Man is a walking fortress that travels as fast as a car on the freeway. How the F are you supposed to stop that?
Yeah, you can't. No one has been able to yet. Everybody.
As Trixo, Deku bit those red things like he's the Jaw Titan or some shit.
Hell yeah. It's a good crossover. He's like,
yeah. And then Lord Fast Open Bill, be grateful for the animation this week, please. And I think there's something I wanted to point out is that I know I come off very critical of the animation in this show. And I think in some sense, like we are reviewers, like we are putting our best effort forward
pros
to act. Well, I shouldn't say that, but we're accurately trying to review this episode of anime.
Yeah.
And animation is such a big part of it. I know it's dumb as shit to say out loud, but animation is an integral part to storytelling.
Yes.
In anime.
Yeah.
Narrative always comes into play.
Right.
Music comes into play.
Yeah.
Voice acting and performance come into play, and animation
Absolutely.
comes into play. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But all those things typically come together to make a good story. if it's done well, right?
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man so far is proving that point.
Right.
Everything, mostly the voice acting, but I think so. Character work, voice acting, animation, music, it's all working together to create this awesome narrative.
Right.
My Hero Academia is clearly lacking in the animation department. It is still, however, telling a good story with the assets it's using.
Yeah, and I feel like musically it's been doing good too.
It's been fine. Yeah, it's not been bad at all. But I just wanted to, I know I came off really critical. I am thankful that we are still getting more of My Hero, and it is animated at least as it is.
Yeah, me too.
That's all I want to say.
I genuinely enjoy My Hero a lot, and I'll be real. I feel like it's nice to enjoy it. It's nice to be on the edge of my seat again because I feel like I haven't been for the last 2 seasons. Like, after Overhaul, right,
season 4.5, or halfway through season 4.
Yeah, that was like kind of last time you were like edging.
Yeah, you know? I think you're about right there. Yeah,
because I didn't give a shit about like I think I was telling Stephanie it's kind of nice, but now, but I didn't really give a shit when they were showing like Team A versus Team B or school class A.
That's also,
and I was like, But then like now the school, like the kids are getting more involved. It is kind of cool. Yeah, in actual hero work, it is cool to be like, oh yeah, those people are talking. I'm like, oh yeah, I know their powers. I don't have to be like, what?
Yeah.
Now, do I remember everyone's powers? No, I'm just saying we were shown them. So
yeah, I think the class battles coming right after the festival, which came after Overhaul, didn't really help. That it was like, we had the festival and Gentle Criminal, which is a weird bit no matter how you look at it in My Hero. And then it goes to the class battles, which feel like a little higher stakes, I guess, but not really.
Dude, you know what? What's the Deku's first fight against? What's his name?
In what?
Well, so the arc. So they named the arcs again or whatever. So after the festival, it was festival and what?
Festival, and then it went to Gentle Criminal.
Gentle Criminal.
Oh, that guy.
So that fight felt almost like 90s anime.
Yeah,
like kind of like almost like Pokemon. Like kind of like it was or like Sailor Moon, where there's people were like, wah, wah. It just felt very talky. It felt a lot less like the Demon Slayer, the shit is kind of going like really fast. It just felt like that was a pause moment.
Yeah, it felt like a time to breathe for Deku to be a normal hero for a second, right? Yeah, and then but then the class battles afterwards just really aren't.
Class battles.
There's some cool animation in it, but
and some of it's cool. Like you care about some of the people's fights, you just don't care about everyone, and they show you everyone.
Yeah,
so.
But Bakugo,
they show you everyone like for 2 episodes.
It's mostly a vehicle to see how far everyone's grown. So
yeah.
So this season being so high stakes and so balls the wall crazy and people getting hurt, like Aizawa losing his leg, and then getting his face ripped up. Like, that's pretty nuts.
Insane, bro.
And Ryuko getting a hole punched through her, or whatever, punched through her arm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Mirko getting limbs just destroyed, Shit's getting crazy.
I know.
So
it's exciting.
Let's rate it.
9.
Yeah, that's what I was going to.
Yeah.
I need the animation to be better for me to give it a 10.
Yep.
I'm sorry. That's where I draw a line at some point. I think if this had better animation, be a solid 10.
Yeah. I'd give it 9.5.
You do 9.5?
No, I would have had better animation. Okay. Yeah. Still not full 10 for me.
Yeah. Obviously there's some loose strings that need to be tied up or whatever, but we'll get there.
What?
Well, we still don't. Well, I'm not.
Oh, in the anime. Okay,
in the anime. So.
Shut the fuck up.
That's anime for the week. What's the anime of the week?
Anime of the week, easy.
Chainsaw Man.
Blue Lock.
Really?
No, it's Chainsaw Man.
It's Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man sits with me, and it's just it's done this a couple times now. It's like come as like the clutch anime, and like I'll be honest, there wasn't really any bad anime this week.
No, for me it was legit.
The worst for you was Mob, but
yeah, worst one was Mob this week.
But Blue Lock was amazing.
But yeah, it would literally be for me like Chainsaw Blue Lock. I think Chainsaw Blue Lock,
Lock, My Hero, and then
I guess it would be Mob.
That's you. I think it's Chainsaw, Mob, Blue Lock, My Hero, and then Bleach. And Bleach is better than Spy. I probably should give Bleach a little higher rating, but 8.25 for Bleach. We'll amend that, and then an 8 for Spy because the Bleach episode is better than Spy.
Yeah,
let's be real. It is not by a lot, but it is. So
yeah.
But yeah, I think Mob was just Mob is a little not as good as Chainsaw's like 11 out of 10, and Mob is a 10 out of 10 for me. Like that's how I feel about this episode of Chainsaw Man.
There you go.
It's just that good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We done did it.
We done did it. How do we close this episode out?
We love you guys. And
Barbaneckle.
What is that?
It's a Pokemon.
Oh. Hey, man, you want to buy these smokes?
What?
I don't know.